The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County comes to 1,236,243. The confirmed number of deaths comes to 24,041. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,317, with total confirmed deaths at 214. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Bella Shaw. It's 4 p.m. on Thursday, May 13th. 17 million Americans are now eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine as U.S. health officials endorse Pfizer's vaccine for kids. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention approved Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine use for children 12 to 15 years old, saying the two-dose treatment was found to be 100% effective in clinical trials. The dose and scheduling for the two shots, which are given 3 weeks apart, are the same as those given to adults. Now, the most commonly reported side effects were mild pain at the injection site and in joints and muscles. Some trial participants also reported tiredness, headache, chills, and fever, which are said to resolve within a day or two. The CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, or ACIP, issued its recommendations on Wednesday, which was adopted by a majority vote, with CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky giving her final approval to the endorsement as well. This comes ahead of graduations, summer camp season, and 4th of July, a date the Biden administration is hoping will mark a turning point in the country's battle against the virus. The CDC also updated guidance saying other routine vaccines could be administered at the same time for people of any age, as Pfizer's shot has proven to be safe. According to Johns Hopkins University, more than 3.3 million people across the world have died from COVID-19, with nearly 600,000 from the U.S. alone. As of this week, more than 150 million Americans ages 18 and older have received at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, with roughly 150 million American adults who are fully vaccinated. The American Academy of Pediatrics also urged that kids 12 and older get the vaccine and also agreed it would be okay to give more than one kind of shot at the same time, especially for kids who may be behind on their regular vaccinations due to the pandemic. Beginning today, Los Angeles County vaccination providers can now offer the Pfizer shot at their vaccination sites for children 12 to 15, including all 8 county-run sites. The California Department of Public Health also says statewide appointments for children are now available. If you check their online scheduling portal, myturn.ca.gov, one of the first screening questions starts with choosing an age group of 12 years old, 13 to 17, or 18 and older. Teens should be accompanied by a parent or guardian. A photo ID and verification of age must be provided as well. And while appointments are recommended, all 8 county-run sites are taking walk-ins as well. CVS pharmacies in Los Angeles are now taking COVID-19 vaccine appointments for children 12 to 15. While the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved Pfizer's request for emergency use authorization on Monday, the Western States Scientific Safety Review Work Group, which reviews federal decisions on COVID-19 vaccines for the state of California, Oregon, Washington, and Nevada, also confirmed last night that the vaccine was safe and effective for kids ages 12 and up, giving this region the green light. According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, there have been more than 1.5 million reported COVID cases in children and more than 13,000 hospitalizations among those in the 12 to 17 age group since the start of the pandemic. The Biden administration is working to make the Pfizer vaccine available in more places across the U.S., including pediatricians' offices and more pharmacies. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention made a big announcement this afternoon. In a major step toward returning to pre-pandemic life, the CDC issued new mask-wearing guidance. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says anyone who is fully vaccinated can participate in indoor and outdoor activities, large and small, without wearing a mask or physically distancing. The guidance still calls for wearing your masks in crowded indoor settings like on buses, planes, or hospitals. Each state will still have the choice to implement their own guidelines, as nearly half of the country still has some sort of statewide mask mandate in place. Dr. Walensky says people who are not fully vaccinated should continue to wear masks when around others. And for those who may be immunocompromised, should talk to their health care provider to decide how to best protect yourself during the pandemic. Rideshare companies Uber and Lyft are partnering up with the White House. The two companies will begin offering free rides to vaccination sites beginning in 2 weeks and last through July 4th. In a White House press release, it read, "By helping Americans get a free ride to a vaccination site, Lyft and Uber are eliminating a potential barrier and driving America closer to the president's goal of having 70% of the U.S. adult population get at least one shot by Independence Day." The White House said the initiative would launch within the next 2 weeks. Users will be able to go to Lyft or Uber's website or app to get a code for that free ride during standard pharmacy hours, which are from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. California Governor Gavin Newsom continues to make new announcements this week regarding his proposed state budget. Newsom's latest proposal unveiled a total transformation of public schools by extending pre-kindergarten to children as young as 4 years old. The proposal also included opening up college savings accounts for low-income students and offering universal and after-school care in disadvantaged communities. The governor's plan allocated $3.3 billion to expand incentive programs for teachers, including expanding $20,000 grants for teachers who volunteer to work in high-needs schools. This is part of a broad new education spending package made possible by the state's budget surplus. Newsom's plan aims at addressing many of the inequities that surfaced during the pandemic, including the need for boosting mental health services to address depression and trauma for children, the need for more teachers, and higher teacher-to-student ratios. The governor's K-12 education plan would eventually open up California's 2-year transitional kindergarten program to all students starting at age 4 by 2024. Currently, there are about 91,000 students enrolled in transitional kinder in California. This new plan, if approved, would increase that enrollment to nearly 250,000 in the next 3 years. E-commerce giant Amazon announced big plans to hire with incentives offered to those who are already vaccinated for COVID-19. Amazon says they're planning to bring on 75,000 more people with jobs paying at least $15 an hour. Positions include delivery drivers and warehouse workers who pack and ship online orders. Job openings are available in California as well as in 12 other states across the country. Amazon recently raised hourly pay for some of its workers last month, and the company says that new hires could make an average of about $17 an hour, along with signing a bonus of up to $1,000. Now, here's the bonus. If you show proof of a COVID-19 vaccination, new hires will also get an additional $100. The massive hiring effort comes as the company prepares for Prime Day, which takes place next month. It's the annual shopping extravaganza that has become one of the busiest shopping days of the year for Amazon. In 2020, Amazon hired 500,000 people to keep up with the demand in online shopping that spiked when the pandemic started as more people stayed home and took advantage of services and goods being delivered to their door to avoid potential COVID exposure. Now, Amazon isn't alone in the hiring frenzy. McDonald's, Chipotle, and other companies have also announced this week that they're hiring as well. Just in time for the release of some highly anticipated movies, Regal Cinemas announced 18 more theaters will reopen tomorrow in Southern California. The expanded reopening comes as Wrath of Man, A Quiet Place Part 2, Here Today, and the latest installment of the Fast and Furious franchise, F9, opens Friday. Tomorrow's reopenings add to the 6 Regal theaters that already opened in April. Guests are required to wear face masks at all times except when eating or drinking while seated in the auditorium. Capacity is only allowed at 50%. 2 seats will be kept empty to maintain social distance from other moviegoers not in the same household. And while concessions will be open, self-serve condiment stands will remain closed. And instead of refills for soda or popcorn, moviegoers will get a new container instead. The latest report from the U.S. Labor Department is showing major signs of improvement in the economy. The number of Americans seeking unemployment benefits fell again to 473,000, a new pandemic low. This is the fourth week the numbers have declined as more companies are hiring and many are rejoining the workforce. Businesses have also shared that hiring has been difficult recently, with states continuing to offer pandemic relief. Extra stimulus money along with unemployment aid have provided more money than what they were earning in their previous jobs. While President Joe Biden disputed the notion that the $300 payment is to blame for the drop-off in hiring last month, he also urged the Labor Department to work with states on renewing requirements that recipients of unemployment aid must search for jobs and take a position if offered. Biden says anyone collecting unemployment who is offered a suitable job must take it or lose their unemployment benefits. Well, one lucky person may be holding on to a treasure and not even know it. The California Lottery announced a Super Lotto ticket worth $26 million was sold at an Arco gas station in Norwalk last November and still remains unclaimed. The winning numbers on the ticket were 23, 36, 12, 31, 13, and the mega number 10. Now, jackpots must be claimed no later than 180 days from the drawing date, which means the lucky winner has until today to claim the prize. If the ticket expires, the prize cash value of $19.7 million will be transferred to public schools in California. The gas station that sold the ticket earned a bonus of about $130,000. Well, the deadline to file your taxes is just around the corner. The 2020 federal income tax returns for individuals was extended from April 15th to Monday, May 17th. The Internal Revenue Service urges taxpayers to file as soon as possible, especially those who are owed refunds. Filing electronically with direct deposit is said to be the quickest way to get your money. The new deadline applies to all individual tax filers and does not include trusts, estates, corporations, and other non-corporate tax filers. In Los Angeles County, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program offers free tax help to individuals and households who make $55,000 a year or less. Go to freetaxprepla.unitedwayla.org. The Torrance Fire Department is warning the community about a new recall impacting faulty smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. The recalled products were made by smoke alarm manufacturer Kitty, and it could impact as many as 226,000 smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says the recall includes 7 models of the detectors. The CPSC found that these alarms could fail to alert the consumer when there is a fire. The alarms may have been purchased at places like Walmart, Home Depot, Amazon, and other hardware stores between May of 2019 through September of 2020. The items affected include Kitty Model Series 2040, 2050, 2060, and 2070 smoke and combination smoke carbon monoxide alarms. So far, no injuries have been reported related to the recalled alarms. Kitty is encouraging customers to contact them to get a free replacement. Now, to save lives and avoid preventable injuries, the Torrance Fire Department is urging the community to check their smoke and carbon monoxide alarms regularly to make sure they're in good working order and to contact the manufacturer immediately if they have one that's being recalled. Torrance Fire also recommends biannually testing smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors by pushing the test button, planning 2 ways out of the house, and practicing escape routes with the entire household. Families should also prepare a fire safety kit that includes working flashlights and fresh batteries. If you heard evacuation alerts or saw flashing lights at Torrance Beach today, not to panic. It was only a test. The LA County Department of Beaches and Harbors' newest warning system called BEELS, which stands for Beach Emergency Evacuation Light System, was designed to help those who are deaf or hard of hearing during an emergency. After experiencing some technical glitches 2 weeks ago, today's testing proved to be more successful as alarms were heard at full volume. Beachgoers heard evacuation alerts for tsunami warnings, severe thunderstorms, shark sightings, earthquakes, and other beach and water emergencies. The BEELS alerts include sirens and high decibel alerts played over loudspeakers in both English and Spanish, as well as high-intensity LED light pulses. The program, which was approved by the county in 2019, is the first evacuation alert system of its kind worldwide. Officials hope to launch its pilot program from Torrance Beach by June to eventually have the system available across all beaches throughout the county. Well, as we wrap up this week, be sure to tune in on weekends in Torrance beginning Friday right here on City Cable. New episodes air at 2 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. This weekend, learn more about the city's rich history that dates back 100 years as the month of May marks the city's centennial anniversary of its incorporation. Christine Lee sits with local historians to get the scoop. Then the Torrance batting cages at Wilson Park are reopened with increased capacity and safety protocols in place to ensure everyone has a fun and safe visit. Take a tour with us inside the cages to find out what makes this a top-rated training facility. And while gyms have also reopened their doors once again at limited capacity, one local trainer continues to motivate his clients with his unique outdoor workouts. These stories and much more kick off tomorrow at 2 p.m. You can find us on Spectrum Cable Channel 3, Frontier Fios Channel 31, streaming on our website as well as on YouTube. Before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community, pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. And while the country continues to make progress with the steady decline in coronavirus cases, many events like the annual Armed Forces Day Parade and celebration have had to cancel or postpone until it's safe to gather again. The long-standing tradition that typically brings tens of thousands of residents and visitors to the city to line Torrance Boulevard for the parade, flyovers, and displays of military vehicles will truly be missed again this year. But as a way to commemorate the special tradition, the city invited members of the community to submit a video to share their appreciation for members of the military, past and present. Here's a short clip of the vid hug that was created to salute the men and women in the armed forces.
I'm Joby. Hi, I'm Bobby. We want to thank our troops for keeping us safe. Hope we get home soon.
Thank you for your service.
We thank you for all that you do.
You could catch the full video on our channel, on our social media platforms, as well as on our YouTube channel. What a great way to show how Torrance cares for its military veterans and current members who continue to serve our country. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 today. Have a wonderful weekend. Be sure to join us back here on Monday as Leslie Robbins brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in.